Been a while since I do this bit. Welcome back to Axe Manga, where I check out a series that has stopped its serialization because it doesn't attract a lot of readers. Last time it was Aliens Area, and now it's Guild of the Red Hood. The story began in a small village called Kosoka that recently has been attacked by a werewolf. We then get introduced to one of the two main protagonists, a little boy who just hunted a fawn and declared that he is going to protect the villagers. Of course, they look down on him because he is just a kid. They then explain the lore of werewolf, that they are humans that turn into a monster after consuming human flesh due to an unexplained hunger. The village chief, who everybody called mayors, then appeared. We also get to know the name of our protagonist from him. It's Fellow. He told them that he resorted to hiring the help of the Hunters Guild. It's explained that this guild is formed by the first Red Hood hunter to hunt monsters. From this lore, we can see that the author planned to add other monsters beside werewolf for future arcs. Back to the story. The chief apparently sold all of his sheep so he can hire one of the guild members. Finally they came. At first the villagers was dumbfounded because what came was a little girl named Grim. After a while the chief's wife told Fellow to show Grim the way to the mountain. After walking for a minute or two, Grim deduced that the werewolf hide themselves among the villagers, which Fellow thought it is impossible until Grim told him that they can transform to trick human. After hearing a scream, Grim and Fellow ran as fast as they can to the source of the scream. When they almost reached the hut, Grim pulled out his musket with a pretty unique muzzle attachment. It's a unique attachment that can sniff scent from blood. When they get into the house, they found human remains, as well as the wife of the mayor hiding in the closet. She told them that the chief is the werewolf, which makes Fellow felt betrayed, because he looks up to him. Grim tried inspecting the remains. Surprisingly, the remains came from a 70-year-old human male. Which of course this leads to the only possible conclusion. The wife chief is the werewolf. We then see Grim somehow aged up with curves on all the right places. Grim and Fellow retreat. Grim told Fellow to mentally grow up. The werewolf catches up to them and ate Grim. When the werewolf was about to eat Fellow, Fellow finally pulled through and locked in as he shot the werewolf's jaw, which gave Grim an opening to escape and leave a bomb inside of the werewolf. Grim then explained that the hunters once hunted dragons to extinction, and they plan to hunt all the other monsters too. The chapter closed with Grim asking Fellow if he interested in becoming a Red Hood member, though Fellow refused because he got too many concerns in this village. As they went back to the village, Fellow quickly found the hiding werewolf. We also got another piece of lore. The hunter used a special bullet made from a special material called wolfonium, since silver bullet is too weak to pierce a werewolf's hide. After a while, they finally beat the werewolf and saved the village. We then get introduced to some sort of villain group called the Red List, which the hunters has been trying to get rid of for so long. Another chapter is closed with Fellow finally deciding to accept the offer of joining the guild since their village is burned to the ground. We also get an explanation on why Grim's body is that of a child. It was because a witch put a hex curse on her. Though she could use a tool to reverse this curse, It's only for a limited time only and can only be used once a day. I really want to skip on talking about most of the chapter, but the author just kept dropping lores as a way to build the setup on this world building. Remember the chief that the werewolf killed? Turns out it is another fake out. He is still alive and is with the red list, so he's an enemy. We beg the fellow. He is still on the camp training to be the member of Red Hood Guild. It seems the author really loved buff women. Anyway, all the participants passed the hunter exam. The mayor then appeared before all the other participants. It gets a bit confusing right at this moment. So basically there's this mystical book that can alter reality if you write in it. And you remember all that story about the Hunter Guild exterminating all the dragons? That was a story written by the mayor. So the mayor wants Fellow to take the main character position instead of Grim. This book was used by the guild to write story into the world. Story of hope and story of despair. Because of this, the mayor wants to put an end into it through Velo, since Velo is like an anomaly in this world. When you're around him, the effect of this book is slowly nullified. So all that backstory is just a script written in this book. The story gets a bit more meta when it revealed that us, the readers, was the one responsible for this story that ended without a proper closure, which I find it pretty interesting. I guess this is the author's take about Axed manga, which summed up in this page right here. Let's not write a happy end, a tragic end, just an end. Fellow on the other hand want the world to keep going, which I feel like this is the cry of the author. He wants to keep drawing this manga. Fellow then shot the mayor with a book that has been turned into a rifle and erase him from the world. The series is closed. Since all the human still remains, surely the werewolf will still appear. But the hope for a cure for them still exists. Hence why the path forwards is still laid in front of them. I must say the last few chapters, when things go meta, is pretty amazing. It is thematic how the god, which I can assume to be the Shonen Jump higher up, wants to end the series, while a fellow decided that he wants to keep living, aka wants the story to continue. Fun fact for this author, he was once an assistant to Kohei Horikoshi, the author of My Hero Academia. After the cancellation of this series, he didn't stop drawing, as he becomes the assistant of Yusei Matsui, the author for Elusive Samurai. Of course, he's also made a comeback with Author the Flame a few months back. All in all, it is a pretty good manga. The world building was set up in a good way, but in the world of manga, readers hold the power. As we can see that when it is not satisfactory, the author pivot the direction of this manga. I'm glad that he is still pursuing the mangaka career. I hope that with Author the Flame, he could stay longer in this sphere. Anyway, what do you guys think about this series? Tell me in the comments below. That will be it for me. See you guys next time.